greatest strength is our greatest Achilles heel. Mm. And if you overcompensate for something that works for you, all of a sudden you go into the equal and same amount into the debit section. Meaning, on this instance, we've all been there. If you're looking for the signal and the significance in every situation, you start creating ones that aren't real.
Making them up.
And it's like, brrr, wow, you're getting stimulus from everywhere. Oh, that was a sign. Oh, that was a sign. Oh, and I remember writing this line about everything has significance, but not everything is significant. Right? And so we have to watch that fine line of where do we intuit? Where do we feel a truth? But if we're, again, like we were talking earlier about finding Camilla when I quit looking for, if we're hunting for the significance in every single thing, it can be mental meditation. The subplots become unmanageable.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
How do we know when it's significant?
Right. Can we put ourselves in that place to receive it? And be aware to see it.
You got to be light.
You got to be light, and you got to be in a place where you can hear it, feel it, and see it. But if we're out there going, well, we've all been there. Look at that art. Wow, that tree. And all of a sudden you look up 3 hours later and you were on your way to the bathroom, but you didn't move 6 inches because you were so, oh, wow. And we've been around those people like, whoa, subplots are a little unmanageable, bro.
Yeah.
At the same time, you got to be open to that mystical math that comes to us. Because there's a metric to that mystical math. There's a metric to that spiritual, those gifts that come to us. We don't know how to put them in a category and go, there's how their currency, there's the credits and debits, there's how they bring us ROI, and this is what they're worth. They don't come with numbers like that, but there is a real, true, valuable metric to them. And I think, again, art of living, how are you aware of them, and be open to them, and put yourself in a place so you can receive them. At the same time, not go hunting them down in every single shape, size, and smell. Because then you'll just spin in circles, you know? Yeah. And that's an art, And I don't know how to explain what that art is. I've got times where I feel like I'm in people call it maybe the flow state, where you're kind of, intuition's right on time, man. Yeah. I don't know what time it is. I don't even wear a watch, but I was right on time again, wasn't I? Whatever that is, your reactions, you understand what someone's saying, even if it's not what they're saying. You kind of come back, you see where they're coming from. You're taking care of yourself, but you're taking care of others at the same time. It's a wonderful flow. Wow. And it starts, I think, a baseline for that would be to be in that position to see those mystical sort of gifts that come. Starts with gratitude.
Yes. I love in your acceptance speech, one of the first things you said was, it's a scientific fact that gratitude reciprocates.
Pays back.
I love that you said that in your speech, by the way. Thank you for putting that out in the world, because I feel like gratitude is the path. It's the doorway that opens to the pathway of abundance, of love.
Coming in and going out.
Yes. To light, all these different things. And so it's the magnifier and the magnet to what you want in a conscious, healthy way. You could also magnify it in other unconscious, unhealthy ways, but I think that's what it does. So I'm so grateful that you said that on a big platform, a big stage, because I feel like when people see someone accomplish a big thing, a big award or a big, fame or success, they want that. But I'm glad you fed people the peas and carrots right away.
Right.
And talked about gratitude. It's gratitude. It's gratitude. It's a scientific fact. When did you realize that gratitude was the key for you in opening up so many doors?
My mom's big on gratitude. And I mean, she instilled it in us at an early age. I remember it was, you get up grumpy in the morning, you come into the kitchen from your bedroom for breakfast, and you wanted to sleep longer and you're kind of grumpy. And she'd see it the way we would walk. And if we were kind of, she'd turn around from the kitchen making breakfast. She goes, go back to your bed and don't get out of bed until you're ready to come in here and see the rose in the vase instead of the dust on the table. And you'd be like, oh, geez, okay, I got to go back. I rearrange. And she would preach just the very baseline basics. Like, who do you think you are to think you were guaranteed the sun was going to rise for you today? Jeez, Mom. I remember Mom, I got this old pair of snotty sneakers with holes in them and stuff. I need another pair of sneakers. Oh, yeah, you think another pair of sneakers? Let me introduce you to the kid with no feet. Oh, geez, Mom. She always like baseline sobered us up on stuff like that, right? So it started with the very baseline stuff. Now, we get more affluent in life. We have things. I don't think we should take even those things for granted.
Yeah.
But a lot of us are out there going, okay, I get that part, but how do we become thankful for, more things we have around us in our life? I think that the more we give thanks for, we give more value to that thing or that person or that place or that instance. You give more value to it, it means more to us. If something means more to us, we tend it. We take care of it. When you take care of something, something grows. So it scales. So actually gratitude is the root of generosity. Coming in and going. And it's a self-serving thing. It's not just a selfless serving. It is self-serving. I applaud that it is. And if you're going to give gratitude out for selfish reasons, I say, bravo. Because it will reciprocate the same way back out. Yeah. In our foundation, we have these young kids that we give them a safe place to go after school. They learn nutrition, they make a physical goal, and they do community service. These are Title I schools. And at the end of every one of those classes, they all have to sit around in a circle and share something out loud they're thankful for. And these are high school students. It ain't cool to say thank you for stuff in high school, right? Well, when they first started saying thank you, they were like, I'm thankful for the Just Keep Living Foundation, or I'm thankful. And they all repeat themselves. They're like, no, guys, y'all feeling like this is too serious. So one day it got to me, and I was like, I'm thankful I got up and got a kiss from my wife this morning before I got out of bed. And they all started hooting and hollering, ooh. And I was like, see, you can be thankful for fun stuff too. So they all started saying thankful Halloween's coming. I'm thankful I'm looking so sharp. Everyone laughed. Yeah. But what that led to was then people started to feel free to go, I'm thankful my mom was out of the hospital. I'm thankful my sister got into that college. I'm thankful my dad got a job. And when we asked them, what's your favorite thing about the gratitude circle? This is the coolest answer. They started coming up to us and saying, well, my favorite thing about it is that I'm for the first time hearing peers of mine say thank you for something in their lives that I have in mind that I've always taken for granted. There's that reciprocity again.
Where do you think you would be if you had zero gratitude in your life?
Oh, geez. Zero gratitude in life.
If you never expressed it, if you never experienced it, if you never talked about what you're grateful for,
I'd look a lot older. I'd feel a lot older. I'd have less energy. I'd be a cynic, which is a great disease of getting older that we all should stave off. You wouldn't want to be hanging out with me, man. No. You wouldn't. I mean, I'd probably be right about a lot of things.
Righteous, yeah.
And you'd be like, good for him. I don't want to be around the sun. Yeah.
Do you think we can manifest abundance and the things we want, the goals we want, without gratitude? Is it possible?
Yeah, you could mathematically compound things that are technically good or should come in abundance, I think. But you're not going to enjoy it.
Right. That inner abundance won't be there.
It'll be a little antiseptic.
Right.
It'll be all treble, no bass. It won't have any feeling to it. I don't think you're going to be. Why cheat yourself out on the great feeling of being thankful for something. It's there to be thankful for.
Yeah. And
again, I don't mean when I bring up earlier, be less impressed, more involved. I don't mean that by disrespect. Don't be, because we have to be more than just happy to be here. We can't just all run around going, it's just so great. I'm just so happy to be alive. We want to be more than that. I mean, again, have some discernment. Make a choice. Have some identity. Define what you want more of and you want more value of in your life. And set goals and go after things, create things. So we have to be more than just happy to be here.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that if we are ambitious, that we quit respecting and giving gratitude for the fact that I'm happy I'm here.
Yeah.
I respect this situation. I respect the position I'm in, this table to talk to you, that we're here to talk, that everyone here that set up the camera, that we're able to do this. I'm not in jail right now. There's a whole list of long things I'm happy I'm not, you know. We can that never goes out of style to go underneath where we are to lesser, harder situations and just realize this is cool. Yeah. This is cool to be here. So when we do that, we're going to give more meaning to this, more value to it. I'm going to be more generous. It's going to work not only for me, it's going to work better for you. It's going to work better for you. Yes. It's going to work for all of it. It's the kind of epidemic we want.
It's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
It's a win for us, it's a win for others and the world.
Gratitude epidemic is not being a delusional optimist.
Right.
And no, don't be a fool. You know, I'm not running around going, no, nothing's ever hard. Everything's always great. No, it's not. You know, no, I'm always happy. No, you're not. Maybe you're not digging deep enough because you're always happy. Are you really chasing the things that have meaning in your life? Because things that have meaning take maintenance. Right. They break down.
Right.
It hurts. It sucks. We get bruised. We try to tickle, but we end up pinching. It doesn't always come and going. It doesn't always work. It takes maintenance.
What's the thing you struggle with the most in your life right now? After all this success outwardly, all it's what seems like a lot of love, a lot of inner peace, a lot of family, community, connection, service impact now, greater than just your talent and your on-screen, but also changing lives and touching people emotionally and spiritually with your message. What is your biggest struggle at this season of life?
Am I doing enough, and is what I'm doing, am I doing it the right way? The best way? I need accomplishment for significance.
Interesting.
I wish it didn't as much. At the same time, I'm glad you do need that. If you didn't have that, again, like the times I was talking earlier, being arrogant put me in situations to get humbled.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If I didn't want accomplishment, I was like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that. But I say this. We talk about a midlife crises, and then I heard there's this thing called quarter-life crisis. Now, okay, we're going to 10-year-old crisis, whatever these crises are. The original one, which was kind of titled the midlife crisis, right? I think one, bravo, way to go. You're turning the page. You're wanting to do more. You're wanting to find more, something different. Bravo, way to make it hard on yourself at the right way, at the right time, after you usually have already accomplished quite a bit. But don't forget this. Let's go back to gratitude. And this is where a lot of people, I think, get hung up in the midlife crisis. Wanting to do more and something different is great, but not at the expense of disrespecting what you've already done.
Right. Not discounting what you've done.
No, and too many of us discount. Oh, I've done nothing. Oh, that's not worth anything. Oh, what's the stuff I built? And when usually, no, that is something. No, that is something. And when I say give yourself credit for that, that doesn't mean trust that you're not going to go, oh, okay then. I actually don't want to do more new stuff. I'm cool. It's not like you're going to go just retire and go to the beach or play golf or quit doing anything. But it doesn't cancel that your ambitions out. But we need to give more respect to what we've already built. And then we'll take on our midlife crisis, which I'm going to reterm that something. Crisis. I don't like the word crisis on that. But you're still ambitious. You can be ambitious and have an entrepreneurial spirit to want to go change things in your life while still respecting. I think you actually think you'll find more and do more of what you want to do the best way for yourself when you do have a respect and a connection to your lineage of what you actually have built. And give yourself credit for what you have built to this point.
Yeah.
It's not cancel that out. So I need to feel like I'm barren to go forward. No, that's going to help you This next story is connected to that one.
Sure.
All right, it's not a new book. It's the same book. It's just a new chapter we're looking for, right? Wow. Those stories are connected. It's the same hardcover. We don't start over in our lives and start a new book. Start a new chapter, maybe. And those things that we like to tell ourselves, oh, it's a new chapter, they're usually just commas. Those things that we like to say, oh, it's the end of the book. It's usually just a period at the end of the paragraph. And those things that we go, no, it's a whole new means of communicating. It's a new encyclopedia. No, it's just a new chapter in the same book. We only get one book.
Right. Before I ask these final questions, I want people to go to lhlivin.com. That's LIVIN.com. We'll have it linked up in the description, whether you're watching or listening. We'll have it linked up. So wherever you're watching or listening, make sure you go there. Sign up for this free virtual live event. Make sure you check it out. You're not going to want to miss this. There's probably going to be 1 million people that are signed up for this thing. When I talked to Dean, he was like, this is going to be 1 million people at least. So I think it's going to be a ton of people. There's going to be a massive community of people that are all looking for more and looking to understand more within themselves. So make sure you guys sign up for that right now. You'll get notified by it. Give your email and you'll be in there. I've got 3 final. I wish I could go another 2 hours, but I will have to do another one with your next book. But I've got 3 final questions for you. The first one is about significance, because we mentioned significance, and everything has significance, but not everything is significant. I think is what you said. I'm going to butcher this, but something like 20 years ago, one of the things that most kids grew up wanting to be was like an astronaut. Now it's the number one thing is a YouTuber or like an influencer. Yep. And it just seems like the youth wants fame and success and influence more than ever before. And essentially wanting significance, right? Wanting to be significant and significance. Yeah. What is your thoughts on fame? You know, having been famous for a long time now and experienced probably the juice of it, the pleasures of it, and also some of the stuff that's not so nice. Sure. What is your thoughts on fame that you want people to know, whether in their youth or at any stage of life, on what it is, what it isn't, and how to manage it when you got it? Sure.
Fame. Before you go, I want to be famous, which is a great ambition. It's fun. I'm famous. I'm glad. It's the access it's given me. It's definitely in the black in my life. It comes with its harder and more challenging things like loss of anonymity. I don't meet strangers anymore. I do something, say something, it's out there. I can feel the energy of the world, whether it's pro or con, what they think about it, whether it's true or whether it's not, whether it's complete or whether it's valid. But don't say, before you say I want to be famous, that's fine, table that, scoot that over. Mm-hmm. For what? We all want to be relevant. I do. You? Mm-hmm. We better damn sure ask ourselves, relevant for what? What do you want to do really well? What do you want to do? Do you have an innate ability for that you're willing to work for that maybe you can become an expert on, or maybe you're just really good at winging it. But what do you want to do that could give you fame? But fame without an understanding of a structure of a competence of a skill, in my experience, is a real sort of vapid mirage of a moving target. Mm-hmm. Because there's, the old word 15 minutes of fame. There are fads that come in and out all the time that are very seasonal. We can do heat seek and chase them. And we do all the time. I got nothing against that. But understand that may not be lasting. And when you are going to do something that you think, oh, this is going to get me more likes or give me some fame, just check in with yourself and go, well, if that goes out of fashion, or if in 10 years, as far as you can project, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, am I going to still feel like I will stand by that? Just measure yourself. Give yourself a little projection before you go. Because we can do stuff right now to get famous that we will absolutely regret tomorrow. But tonight, we're going to be famous, baby. Have a little sense of delayed gratification and project forward of what the possible consequences of what you're doing to get attention and fame will be. And bet on yourself. Just bet on yourself, because the best way, if we can, is to build something and be competent at something where even if it goes out of style, it will be looked back and going, nope, that person did that really well. That's what they were known for. Right. And even though we don't do that anymore, things have changed, or the medium has changed, when that was happening, that person was doing it well. So ask that, because we're tempted and we're rewarded for a lot of things that can make us famous that are going to give us a proverbial hangover one day. Check in with those things. Yeah. All right. It's a slippery line. It's very tempting, but give yourself enough credit. Give yourself more credit to go, is this who I really am? Is this who I want to be? Am I doing this because I love it and I'm good at it? Or am I doing this because I think it could get a lot of attention, even though I don't believe in it, even though I'm going to probably regret it, deal with it later. Hold on. Don't press in yet. Don't do it. Hang on. Time is more on your side than you think. Yeah. So just watch what you put out. And also the things with and I'm leaning back into social media, that we just with simple reminders for all of us, adults and our children. Just remember those things you say, those likes and those dislikes, they're going to outlive you. They're going to outlive me. They're going to outlive all of us. They will be on our record. They will be on our great grandchildren's record. Just think about it a little bit. Just have a little touch. Just take a little inventory before you go, pia.
Right. And a follow-up to that, what's the number one skill you wish you would have either learned or mastered before, becoming really famous?
The number one skill.
To be able to manage it or navigate it.
The number one skill for me would have been, and I did learn this about 5 years in my career, but preparation. I had a run early on in my career where I thought I was better if I just winged it. Like, oh no, if I get prepared, I'm getting too mental. I'm thinking too much. I'm getting too Hamletian. No, I'm an instinct guy. All right. And I embarrassed it out of myself. Really? In a movie, in a role. Wow. And one of the most regretful things I've ever done. It's so embarrassing. And I learned preparation on that day, and I still prepare. And I prepare so I can have freedom, so I can wing it, so I can chunk the script away and go, let's dance, call audibles, game time. They didn't play the defense we thought they were. We're reading the defense, chunk the playbook, here's what we're running. Then it's really fun. Yeah. But that comes, you can only do that if you've prepared the right way. One of the things that people got from the book that I got from writing it was people come to me and said, look, I'm taking more risk now. And I think that's part of it. Like when we fail, which is why so many of us don't take as many risks, it's never really, not never, but almost always never as really bad as we thought it was going to be.
When we fail at the risk,
Yeah, when we fail at doing it, it's never